Sabres having cases?
Just heard about it now, just right before I walked in here.
Okay. Is it tough to prepare for? I mean, what do you tell the group when there is some uncertainty surrounding the game tomorrow?
We are preparing for the game like it's going to happen, and until we would be told different. And the guys are really used to that. We did talk this morning, and guys talked, so we know it's in the league, it's around us, it's in the world, and but we also know we have to be prepared if the game's on the schedule, and we stay on the schedule until told otherwise. As I've said, even last year, there is a strong faith in the people around us that make the decisions that they know what they're doing, and whatever decisions are going forward, we just adapt and acclimate to it. And I think our guys around the league are really good at that now. It just, unfortunately, this is part of life right now, and it's been part of life for months and over a year, and it's a new way that just you have to operate. And I think our guys have done an amazing job. You watched the practice today. There was no, they had a blast, they had fun, and they competed hard today, and it was like nothing else in the world is going on, and that's usually the case when guys put their skates on. So that aspect, the ability to refocus and get focused, stay focused, is really positive.
How much do you just like the attitude today in terms of the feel of today's press? It was very loud and whatever.
Yeah, we had a meeting an hour before practice like we do every day, and it was quiet. I mean, I walked in and turned around, and nobody had said a word. There was no. Usually, there's a little chatter in the locker room as you walk in. So we made a joke about it, and the guys ended up talking after I finished the meeting, and the spirits were pretty high even then. I mean, they were laughing that they were so quiet, actually, and so there was good energy immediately after that, camaraderie type, and I thought there was in practice. Lots of talk from the first drill all the way to the last drill, and competing. So I loved practice today. It's where you get better, and I thought the way our guys practiced today, they pushed each other.
Tage, whether he was practice?
Yeah, he's out. We didn't know if he'd be in practice or not. He has some soreness that we want to take a further look at to make sure we're not putting him in any spot that could make things worse. So he'll get looked at today to make sure we're not in a situation where the soreness could be more, or it could be something we could make worse by having him go play. So we're, a little bit of precaution and a little concern for let's find out if there's anything more than what kind of meets the eye.
So are you ruling him out for tomorrow?
Not ruling him out for tomorrow.
Okay.
But also not saying that he's in tomorrow based on, obviously we didn't practice him today out of concern. Say, okay, let's look further and see if there's anything that might be more serious here, hoping that it's not, hoping it's just the soreness.
Is Craig Anderson just testing it out?
Craig is testing it out, and Kajula re-entered practice, the whole practice. Craig jumped out at the end to take some shots. And Kajula was in the whole practice, non-contact. I don't know when he'll shift to contact, so it's encouraging he's out there, but the window before he goes full contact with us in practice still is unknown at this point. But Craig just was trying it today, so we'll see how he felt and see what he feels like as far as a progression from now, if it went well.
How's Dustin doing?
Good. I mean, he's back skating and conditioning, so I don't have the timetable for him, but he's on track, feeling obviously back to normal, and that's good news.
What do you like about the mix of Alex with Dylan and Brett Murray?
Well, I mean, they did look good in practice today, as did many guys because of the pace. That's a good question. I mean, I like all our guys, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say single them out, but we'll see in the game. There's obviously a lot of potential there with when you look at skill and talent, the guys in that line, size and skill of Murray. Murray's a skilled, talented guy. The more he realizes it, the more you'll see it come to the forefront. And then Dylan, obviously, everybody knows about Dylan, and Tuch the same way. So you have lots of potential there. And until we see actual, that's what we're hoping for and looking for. So.
We see Alex integrate off the ice, or I guess on the ice in practice too, but just his personality, I guess. Does it feel like he's been around longer?
Yeah, he with Alex, we all know he's from New York. He grew up watching the Sabres, and he has that passion for the organization and for the community, which is exactly what our guys have built. I mean, when I think of guys, Middlestead, Thompson, these guys, Darlene, they want to be a Buffalo Sabre. They want to make this community proud of being Sabre fans, and Tuch jumped right in on that. I mean, he is that. He was the fan. He was the kid in the stands, watching Sabre hockey, aspiring to play for the Sabres. And I think our other guys that I mentioned they're a lot like that. They have a respect and appreciation for the organization and the opportunity within the organization that they have. And so Tuch coming in really was an added breath of fresh air. I think the other guys were a breath of fresh air as well. And now you just added another one from a different perspective that actually did live it. And that's a great combination at the right time, with all our young guys feeling the same way, but they didn't grow up here. They grew up somewhere else.
Can you tell us he's chomping at the bit, waiting, ready to play?
He is. Yeah, he was waiting for me to finish conversations at the end, so I gave him at the end of practice to give him, the okay, that I was okay with him going in the lineup. I think he's been okay for a while, and he's ready to go. He is excited as anybody I've seen for to play a game because it's here. Because he's putting that jersey on, and that's anybody that's grown up in the game of hockey that loves it like we all do because we're in the business. When you see that, you feel that, and that's a pretty awesome feeling.
What was his reaction? I'm sure he smiled, but what was his reaction?
His reaction was part business and part enjoyment. A pretty good blend, a pretty good mix. I mean, he's not a kid anymore. He knows the business side of the NHL and the responsibility and the demand, but there's a big kid inside him because it's here in Buffalo. And for me as a coach, you sense and feel that, and that's what I want on our players. We talked plenty about passion and energy, and you have to be able to identify with the kid in yourself. The dreams you had. You're living a dream. All these guys are, and that's okay. They can have. We want that to be part of their game, and never to forget that. And so we have that passion that they play with. And obviously then to be able to identify the business side of it. This is a business, and he's at a great point in his career for us as a team and as a coach to have that combination. And we're not even talking about his skill, which is obviously extremely high.